Hi there, Andrew Kalita from On Demand HR here. Today we're going to be discussing what is no doubt one of the hot HR topics of 2023, and that is international migration and working visas. And to help us unpack this, we're joined by Melanie Macfarlane, who founded Migration back in 2007, and today has a staff of over 100 people assisting in the process as a registered migration agent. So really looking forward to digging into her perspective, experience, and thoughts on migration as it relates to Australian businesses for 2023 and beyond. With the 407 visa that you mentioned, can you delve a little bit deeper? So can you give me maybe a little bit of a case study of a migrant that's, I presume they already have to be in Australia to be able to qualify for this visa to, let's call it, mentor them and develop them so that they can grow in their skills to become managers or senior managers or whatever it may be. Can you give me maybe a little bit of an example of a migrant's journey throughout to get to that visa? Are they already in Australia? What type of visa are they on before they qualify to upgrade to a 407 visa? How does it work?
Yeah, of course. I think just to give you a snapshot, I'll tell you about the eligibility criteria because that gives you some idea there, and any employers listening to this about this visa. Basically, you have to choose an occupation they're going to be trained towards that has to be on a particular list. And in order to qualify for that visa, the applicant must have 12 months full-time experience in the last 24 months in a relevant role to that occupation. Let's say they're going to be sponsored as a restaurant manager, for example. They need to have been working in a relevant field, so within the restaurant, perhaps as assistant manager during that time. And it doesn't have to be 12 months full-time, it can be prorated. So let's say they were a student and they were working part-time for 2 years, which is the equivalent of 1 year full-time, then that would then allow them to apply for that training visa. So you can bring people for training visas directly from overseas as long as they fulfill that criteria. They can't be too overqualified, ironically, either, because then that would take away the whole purpose of the visa, which is to upskill them to the higher level position and enhance their skill set. But nonetheless, we've managed training visas previously for, let's say, an engineer who had some experience but not sufficient, and they wanted to train them up to the occupation of an engineering manager, and those were successful and went through. And the duration of the visa is between 1 and 2 years, and they can work full time during the life of that visa.